Hey guys, Zap23 here, and welcome to my psychotic analysis video. This video will be going over my most recent project that I have mentioned on multiple social media pages, both here on YouTube and over on Instagram, and it will be analyzing it to help you guys better understand it more for the people who were like, what the hell? What is this? I don't understand this. This is hopefully going to help you understand it better. It's been out for 5 days at this point, and it already has 61 views, which, I mean, for my channel, in 5 days, that's pretty good. If you haven't seen the video yet, click the link in the description, or the iCard in the corner there. I think, I don't know what side is this. One of these two corners. Here's another thing, my hair is green, as you may see here. My hair is always normally green, and I wanted to re-dye it, so I hope this looks okay. If not, well then I am sorry that you don't like it. Okay, without further ado, let's get on to the video. And also, yeah, this video was very heavily inspired by Markiplier. Like, as in, I basically took his idea of an alter ego and shaped it into my own idea. Not all that original, but I had my own original twist to it, or I had my own original spin to it, so I guess that counts. Oh, and the music playing in the background, I left a link to it in the description. This is not my piece of music, not in the slice. This is actually the Hero Sigma's music theme from Overwatch. For those of you who did not know, I chopped it up and messed around with it a little bit, but this piece is not mine, and I own none of it.
Sit down. Okay, jeez. Why am I here?
Zap, you are here to be interrogated by the murder of this man.
I don't know.
This guy off to the side here, this was his first time acting, and he did, for his first time, it was a solid performance.
I don't know this man or anything about a murder, so just let me go.
Okay, so here it shows the shot of a man who has been murdered. You could already tell the setup here. There's a man who's been killed. I'm being framed for it, or my character, Zap, is being framed for it. And this person off to the side, this detective, is trying to interrogate me about the murder because he thinks I did it. Or Zap, who is not me.
Now hold on there. We have a witness here who saw the whole thing.
This guy?
Okay, let me explain something about that cut right there. So, the camera that we used for this was actually my phone. So during editing, I had to try and get the videos from my phone to my laptop. And a lot of the files, they didn't go over so well. My phone was not being nice in the slightest, and the files did not transfer over very well. So there was supposed to be an entire sentence of dialogue right there that didn't actually happen because my phone didn't want it to go over. There's nothing I can do about it. There's another piece of dialogue later on that was also lost. So yeah, I had some troubles editing this, but it came out all right.
October 31st at around 1 p.m. You were spotted with the victim outside. Our witness here says that at around 2 o'clock, you shot and killed him with a gun and fled the crime scene.
That wasn't me, I swear. This is just like last time. You're always pinning the blame on me first, Stanford.
That's detective to you. And don't you go talking to me about last time. This is an older building. Shit like that happens all the time. Although, not in this room. But I guess I had to give it at some point.
So as you can see, the cuts in this video are not seamless, at least in this first part. In the second part of the video, they're pretty good. But here, they're not really all that good. With the scenery in the background, you can see here, like, you can see that this is not an interrogation room. No, it is actually, in fact, my basement. I tried to fix it up as much as I could to hide as much as I could, but yeah, I couldn't really hide things like the Pokemon bed sheets on the bed downstairs and all the junk in the corner right there. Yeah. But it came out all right still. So, back to this flickering light part here.
To me about
I
last time.
basically told our effects person to just flicker the light a couple times and we'll record over it. And this is what happened. And I think it came out pretty good.
Wasn't me, I swear. This is just like
Now,
last
there's
time.
something
You're
you gotta
always pinning the
take in
blame on me
here.
first, Stanford.
That's
Not only
Detective
is the
Geo.
light
Don't you
flickering,
go talk to me about last time.
but he's standing when you, the witness, looks up. And now he's sitting down. But you never seen him sit down. What the heck? But he was just standing a second ago. Keep in mind all these tiny details that change up. They're important. For those of you who haven't seen this video, I highly recommend going to watch it before I spoil literally the entire video for you. But if you're here and you don't want to go watch it, okay then. But yeah, the flickering light is a sign. It's the first major sign that something isn't right here.
This is an older building. Shit like that happens all the time. Although, not in this room. But I guess I had to give it at some point. Now, as I was saying,
I didn't do anything.
I need to be sure. Now,
Now, in this, I seem really defensive. Like, I'm trying to convey that I didn't do anything, but I'm doing it in a way that seems off. I'm trying to be very defensive about the fact that I didn't do anything.
we found this evidence of a rock at the crime scene. It is presumed that the suspect, you, used this to bash open the victim's skull after he was shot.
Are you serious? Seriously, Stan. Why would I do anything after what almost happened to me last time? Why would I make you feel right and ruin what little reputation that I have here?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Can you not see that, Zet?
The cut right here, about to come up, this cut, isn't seamless at all. You can very much tell that it's two different clips shoved together. You can hear it in the background, past the ringing and the heartbeat, you can hear a knocking. So that was basically the second big key thing that happened that's telling you that something isn't right here. Knocking in Morse code, it was supposed to be. I don't know how to do the beeps for Morse code in a knocking sense. So each and every singular knock was one dot, and each and every double knock was one line. And if you string it all together, it spells out run, or it should. If it doesn't, blame my effects person. And right here, you can clearly see I'm trying not to laugh. It was the best clip that we had, so this is the one I ended up using. And notice how every single time something happens, something big happens, you're the only person to really notice it's there. You're the only one to really give heed that it's there. That the lights are flickering. That there's knocking. You pay attention to it. Whereas everyone else just dismisses it as nothing. The building's getting old. It's probably just nothing. Keep that in mind.
Detective. I know you don't trust me, but I promise you, I'm innocent. I didn't do anything this time or last time.
Bullshit. I know what you did last time.
Whoa,
The whole
heavy
damn town
language.
knows what you did last time. The only reason you're not in prison now is because we never found the body.
Seriously? You still don't believe me?
Like hell I would. We had the same witness come in here to report the first murder. We saw the blood on the ground, and none of us trust you anyways.
Okay, so for those of you who didn't realize it there, something happened there. You seen something.
Witness come in here to report the
And-
first murder. We saw
Okay, so this you see somebody lying down, a body possibly, and you're getting a flash of this in your head. And when you come back,
the blood on the ground. And
you and the detective have switched places. You are now face to face with Zap. Another key factor that something isn't right here.
none of us trust you anyways.
Seriously? What did I do to deserve this level of distrust?
Zap, look at you. You spend your time sitting on your ass all day, recording YouTube videos and playing video games instead of getting a real job.
I still make enough money. And
Also, I don't know if any of you have found this out yet, but there's this piece of paper, or there's this couple sheets of paper that's folded, and it appears in random spots around the desk at times. Yeah, that's the script. We didn't memorize our lines, we read them as we went.
besides, I'm doing something that I enjoy.
Like, there's the script
What would your mother have to say about
down there.
Don't you dare bring up my mother!
I wanted to get hostile, Zap. I'm sorry. Now let's just sit down and talk this out.
Put the gun down first, then we'll talk.
Is that better?
Much. Thank you.
Now, there's a couple main things you have to take in from that scene. One, Zap and his mother have a pretty bad relationship. Zap's mother doesn't really approve of the fact that he quote-unquote sits on his ass all day and records YouTube videos and plays video games instead of getting a real job. That's how the entire town views him, and especially that's how his mother views him. A huge figure in his life just thinks of him as nothing more than a failure. He gets really defensive over that one thing. And notice how quickly the detective draws the gun on Zap. The detective thinks Zap is a dangerous person. Like, as in, this kind of thing maybe has happened before. The murder. It's giving you hints, as well as the repeated talk about last time. This is not Zap's first time doing this. He's been here before in this situation. And the first time, he got away with it. The second time, though, which is this time you're seeing, the detective is determined to throw Zap in for something. They have the body this time. They just have to find out who killed him.
Talk this out.
If you'll notice right here, the final thing they have to take in here is when Zap sits back down,
Much.
there's something behind him.
Look, I'm sorry.
Right there.
Much. Thank you.
Right up here. You can see there's something behind him. Another change in the environment that shouldn't really have happened. And it's there to make you question what the heck is going on here.
Look, I'm sorry for mentioning her.
It's fine. Not like getting mad will change any of this bullshit anyways.
Look, I'll go see if there's any updates on this case. You two just stay here.
Right there, too, right in between him getting up to leave and that line, there was supposed to be an entire page worth of dialogue that also got corrupted. It's kind of important, but the only real takeaways from it is the fact that this town is at a high level of stress. The detective talks about how he doesn't truly believe that Zap committed the murders. There's a whole lot of fingers pointing to him saying yes. But it just doesn't all add up in the detective's mind for this time. And the second big thing that was said there was the fact that things like this don't usually happen twice in 2 months. This gives you a time frame as to when these murders are occurring. Twice in 2 months. So very close together for a small town. And these murders are just happening. The detective is trying to get to the bottom of this. And he also said that Zapp was connected to both of the murders. The first murder happened outside of his house, and the second murder was his neighbor. So those are two key factors as to why the detective thinks Zapp is a murderer. There's just a whole lot pointing to him saying yes, but the detective doesn't feel certain with it yet. That's why he's going to go see if there's any updates on the case. The case isn't complete yet, even though the file's right there, yes, I know. But it's not complete. It's still ongoing. It's an ongoing investigation. He wants to finally piece this all together so he can finally stop the murders from happening in his town. And Zapp is tied to both of them.
You know I didn't have anything to do with this, right? I'm being framed. I didn't have anything to do with this. I don't know who or what you saw, but I can assure you it wasn't me. Who are you?
What's going on? Oh my. Oh no.
Okay, now that scene, there's quite a bit to take away from it. The first bit is right here, where you hear Zapp's voice get overlaid by another voice.
But I can assure you it wasn't me.
There's somebody else talking with him. Or rather, it's removing what you thought you saw. What you see is not what's actually there. And that's the big part of this. That comes up in just a minute. But there's another force at play here. And this was meant to symbolize another entity entering the room. Something else just appeared there, out of nowhere.
Who are you?
And you can kind of hear in the
Who are
background,
you?
something tells him to die. Something wants to kill him. And they do. He is shot and killed. The detective comes running back in,
Oh my. Oh no.
sees the body, and you're left there, panicked, scared, confused, and more distraught than you've ever been. These three images that flash right here, they're all supposed to represent something. I'll get to that once the next three pop up. But they're all supposed to represent something. They're not just there. They mean something. And then you see, here's the image that was behind Zapp. When he sat back down, this is what was the gray box behind him. Up close and personal.
I see you've come to your senses. Care for a drink?
So this part here, this is my alter ego. You might have already pieced together his name if you follow my Instagram. Because if you look at these images here, they all have a form of Morse code here. Now, I don't know if this is actually Morse code or not. I got this from a friend. But if you translate this, hopefully I spelt this right. This one right here is supposed to be two different ones. This is supposed to be a space right here, meaning that that's two different words or two different letters. And this, and then here, and then here. These all spell out the name of my alter ego here, who is Psycho. That is the name I gave him after a long time of countless different names. I decided to call him Psycho because I thought that suited him the best. Psycho's first lines in all of this, he rips the picture away, which is symbolic of him ripping away everything that you just saw. Removing the wool from your eyes, making you see the truth, what you're actually seeing. That all there was all an illusion. It didn't happen. And that's a lot to take in because it puts all these thoughts through your mind, which I will explain at the end. But basically, what you should be thinking at the end of all of this. What happened, what is real, who isn't, what isn't.
Don't remember what you're doing here? Still not able to handle my illusions, I see. Then we should take some time to catch up. Let's chat.
And you can hear it right there really well. The fact that there is other voices being overlaid over his. He's not the only one talking there, it sounds like. But what it actually means is he's got some other power. He's got powers. He is a demon, and that was basically supposed to be a huge indicator that he's a demon, in my opinion.
Though that would be a nice way for him to go. That's not how I want it. I want to make him suffer as he made me. I want to show the world what kind of monster he is.
So you could hear by this part that he's got some sort of grudge against Zap. He's got some sort of vendetta against him. There's something between them. There's history. They have history.
Do you remember what you saw that day?
Now here, this line was put in place along with this flash for a purpose. Do you remember what you saw that day? You, the viewer, saw something. Saw a crime Zap committed that Psycho was a part of. And then you get a flash of a body.
I can tell you're still trying to understand what's going on. My fantasies are very powerful. When he dies, I want to make sure he gets exposed to the world for his crimes. I know he knows of my existence. He knows I'm still here, and yet he chooses to ignore me.
Now there's the part that you really got to pull out of that. He knows I'm still here, and yet he chooses to ignore me. That basically translates to Psycho saying, he thought I was gone, but I came back. He knows that I'm back, but he chooses to ignore me. He chooses to push me aside to think, nope, that's not real. He's not real. He's not there. He's not back. He can't be. That's impossible.
Well, that's all going to change quite soon. Oh no, don't worry. I won't hurt you. In fact, your admiration is my end goal. I will win you over. I will make you prefer me over him.
Now there's the big part. He doesn't want to hurt you. He wants to win your admiration over. He wants you to like him because he knows that if you like him, he will get something of what he wants.
He humiliated me. He treated me like dirt, and then he just left me. Disposed of me.
Here's another blatant spelling it out for you moment. He treated him like dirt, and then he left me. Then he corrects himself. Disposed of me. So you know, Zap and Psycho had some form of relationship together before the crimes.
Made you forget I even existed. He left me behind and got away with it.
There's another part that reinforces the idea of he left him behind, something happened, a crime was committed, as evidenced by the clearly real legal doc here.
And got away.
But yeah, you left him behind. He got away with it after. He got away with his crimes. And this is making Psycho angry with him.
With it.
You were there. You remember it, don't you?
Liquid.
You will remember it. You just need to see it again. Open your mind! He tried to remove me. He tried to drive me away. Keep me away from you.
Okay, so what you have to take out of that scene, that was basically, that was the point where I spelt it out for you. Literally what happened. He's telling you to, he starts out by telling you to,
You will.
he starts out by telling you that you will remember. You just need to see it.
Open.
He's trying to make you remember. He's pulling back the memory from the depths of your mind. And then it starts, you're outside. This is a memory. You've seen this in real life. This is actually what it's seen. You see Zap, me, run away from something, and you turn to see what he's running away from, and oh my god. It's a body. And then you go to see who it is, and then Psycho. Psycho's right there.
Me. He tried to drive me away. Keep me away from you.
So, the crime that was committed was Zap killed Psycho. Psycho came back pissed off, angry, wanting revenge on Zap. And the whole point of Zap killing him was he wanted to drive Psycho away from you, the witness.
But you can't hide anymore. I know where you are.
Now this is also a huge part. You can't hide anymore. I know where you are. And then it shows somebody in a bed, which is letting you know that he's transmitting this to you from your dreams. This is you right now, in this moment. This is what you look like. This is you, your character, in bed, asleep, having a bad dream. So this is all happening in your head. But don't take that as me saying this isn't actually happening. This is very much happening. But he's transmitting it to you through your mind. Once again, letting you know of his powers.
Not even your mind can save you now. He will let me in. I will take control. He will die. And you will love me.
The big thing to take from that part was the fact that Psycho wants you. It's all he wants. He wants to get rid of Zap, and he wants you. But why? Why does he want you? What's so special about you and your character? Well, you saw something. He wants something from you. And Psycho wants to push Zap away, get rid of him, get inside the channel. My channel, Zap's channel, his YouTube channel. But why? Why would Psycho want to get into his YouTube channel of all things. So like I said, I would explain the three images to you once they appeared again. This one is meant to symbolize the knife, is meant to symbolize a murder has been caused. And the bars on the side, the fact that it looks like it's taken from a phone, was made to seem like this was found at a crime scene and it was used to kill. Zap, here, his hand, he is dead. This isn't Psycho. This is Zap. Zap's hand. Zap is dead. Psycho wants to kill Zap. And then this is meant to symbolize Zap got released from the court after his crimes were just pushed off, saying they're nothing. That didn't happen. Case dismissed. He's not guilty. And this is just the final look at Psycho for the video. Then you wake up. You turn off the alarm, the ringing goes away. You look to the closet, where his perspective was, where he was seeing you. This is where he was looking at you when you were asleep. From your closet, you look up, panicked. Is he there? He's not there. It's sunny. It's daytime. As in, this looks like a completely different setup than when you were asleep. As in, he was there watching you for a while. Transmitting this into your mind for a while. You fall asleep. Or then you lay back down. Completely out of it. Just emotionally torn from what you just saw. And panicked. Scared. You know you are. Because the heartbeat does not fade away. And then there's just the end credits. Huge thank you to everyone who's watching. Thank you to this was possible. And thank you to you for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. Peace. So, yeah. Basically, to summarize this all up, Psycho is back from being killed by Zap. He's back. And he has a vendetta against Zap. You, as the viewer, are roped into this in some way. You've seen the murder, but according to Psycho, there's more to it than that. And about what I was saying about the whole real or fake thing, the entire concept of a second murder happening at the beginning is fake. That was Psycho's fantasy. He wanted Zap to get prosecuted for another murder and then killed on the spot. But that didn't end up happening. He decided he was going to go with something else. He wanted Zap to suffer. Now, the character shown in the first part, the detective, real person, and he really investigated the first murder and interrogated Zap with the first murder. Psycho, a real person, really there, as evidenced by the laugh at the end of all of it. He is really there. That really happened. And Zap is also real. He really committed the murder of Psycho, and he really did a lot of bad things. I don't think I'm able to explain those bad things to you at this moment. So you're just going to have to wait and see. Another thing that I wanted to say real quick, and this is really important. If you guys enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like on it to show your support for this video. And if this video gets a good enough response, I might actually think about making a second one. I've already got one brewing up in my mind. So if you guys get a good response towards this video, my project here, I might end up making another one. Maybe this time a choose your own adventure similar to A Date with Markiplier. So go over to that video, watch it, take it all in, and take it all in after learning all this new information. Like the video to show your support on it, to show... Can you not? Thank you. Like Psychotic to show your support, to show that you want to see more of this, to show that you like the video, and I will consider making another one. So anyway, guys, I hope I explained it good enough for you. I hope you have a better sense of what this video is about now. Make sure to leave a like on the video, and if you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. It is great. Like the video, and like this video, subscribe if you already haven't, and I will be seeing you in the next episode. Peace.